Good afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So I had somebody ask me earlier today, asking me about China. Like, what's the deal with China? What's going on with China? What's the China deal all about? What's happening there? And I had to tell him I don't really know. I don't really pay attention to it. Because it seems that every time the market is going down, there's a good trade deal going on with China and the market goes up. And when the market goes up for a while, then pretty soon they're going to be like, oh, nope, tariffs are back on, and then the market goes back down. I see a lot of credible threats. I don't see a lot of action taking place. There's some superficial deals. That's the way I kind of feel about them, with the soybeans and the agriculture and stuff like that. But I don't see anything significant taking place. Now, the whole idea with the trade war with China is to reduce the deficit, the trade deficit with China. And what this basically means is that they need to start buying more of our stuff. Or we need to start buying less of theirs. Whatever takes place, that's the trade deficit, and that's what needs to happen. Or according to the administration. So now I think about this because it's kind of like with the whole world, this trade deficit. And now the trade deficit with China is shrinking. You can go to usdebtclock.org and look at it, and you can see the number with China is going down. Trade deficit with the rest of the world is going up. So there's a lot of stuff that's taking place right now. You hear the Trump administration saying lower interest rates, drop interest rates, right? Trump wants lower interest rates, think the Fed is crazy for not dropping them down to zero. Give me some of that money. That's what he said. He wants some of that zero interest rate money. And the idea behind that is that if we can weaken our dollar, that can make our exports cheaper for the rest of the world. But the rest of the world is slowing down. We would have to weaken our dollar at a pace as fast as the rest of the world and then up that pace to now get our exports to be something significant. It would be a serious move. Now, China, going back to them, same thing. They would either have to be buying more of our stuff or we're going to have to buy less of theirs. Friday, China is in no position to be buying more of our stuff. They injected they've been injecting money into their system, much like the United States has with the Federal Reserve and the overnight repo. I believe they have a 7-day repo, if I read that right. They injected $200 billion into their market. 200 billion yuan, sorry, that's like 26 billion yuan, or $1 billion, right? That's 200 billion yuan. And then kept interest rates steady. That was on Friday. This morning, Monday, they had to drop interest rates. China is not in any position to be buying a bunch of American products. So that's what I think about China, the China deal. I think it's credible threats. I don't see any way in the world that China is going to be in a position in which that we're going to be able to boost exports to China. I just don't see it. Unless the dollar weakens so much beyond the yuan that all of a sudden the yuan has value and they can start buying the American products. Is that what you see happening? I don't. So that's, I guess, my question today is how much would the United States have to weaken their currency in order to outpace the weakening yuan, in order to increase the exports and cure the deficit problem? That would be my question to you guys. I'm going to leave some links down in the description for you guys. Uneducated Economist, you let me know.